So for this one, I am pumped to be joined by Clint and Tim of Munitions, who are a death metal band from Melbourne, and they are releasing their new EP, Remote Death, or by the time this comes out, have released. So they're here to give us a bit of a rundown. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Nice, thank you. Cheers.
Before we do jump into the new stuff, so obviously, the Munitions, I'd love to know a little bit about how that came about. But you guys yourselves are you're seasoned musicians. You have a lot of other stuff going on. So it'd just be good to get a little bit of an idea of, what's happening for you guys. What do you do? What sort of projects have you got on the go? And then, how did Munitions come about?
I guess I'll start. So it basically started, it's quite a while now, a few years back. Mutual friends with me, Marcus and Dave wanted to start something new because me and Marcus were playing in a band called Munitions a few years back.
Yep.
And then we wanted to do something a little bit different. And he played in a band with Dave called Join the Amish, and he wanted to continue something with him. And then I've known Marcus since I was like 4, so he basically poached me. And then we basically needed a drummer. Had a couple try out, but nothing really worked. And then Tim, I've known Tim for a long time as well. And then I ended up asking Tim, because we're all from the same area, from the Golden Valley.
Yeah.
And then asked Tim, and he jumped on board, and then basically the same with the bass player we've had. Jared's actually, what is it, like the second or third? Second bass player, I think.
Technically second, yeah.
Yeah,
was
technically
at the start, but I never met him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then we've, for all the recordings, we've had the same lineup, so it's been awesome.
Awesome.
And it's great. Tim, do you want to add anything more, or?
Well, when did we form? We formed maybe like 6 months before COVID, I think. I remember we were rehearsing, we were writing some songs. They already had a lot of songs ready to go. They sent me some demos so I could hear what I was getting in for. We were sort of ready to start playing, and then the lockdowns happened, and like everyone, we wondered whether we should persevere or call it quits, or what are we doing? But here we are, two EPs later, which is good.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess, Clint, so you have that other project going, which you mentioned in a comment the other day on my page. Is it Fimble Winter?
Fimble Winter. So that's that started, I think, like last year. So it's like 3 ex-Monomarth members. And then, so it's basically all the ex-Monomarth members that exist, and then they've created a new band. And I've known them for like over 20 something years. So then they asked me to sing, and I went over there last year for the original drummer's 50th. And then we've asked to play a cruise, which is happening in like 2 months in Sweden, which is cool. And I think we're about to record an EP as well.
Nice.
So that's that. But I know Tim also has other bands going on as well.
Yep.
That's my only other band that's happening with me at the moment.
I've got one project I've been in for maybe at least 10 years with a mate of mine from Shepparton.
Yep.
I think we've played 2 shows. It's really just we write songs and record every couple of years whenever motivation strikes.
Yeah.
That's called Erebus. It's like a sort of a thrashy black metal project.
Awesome.
I used to be in did a few gigs with Blunt Shovel, but obviously that's dead unfortunately. I just recorded a 5-track EP with a band called Abyssal Tomb, which has got some members of Battlegrave in it.
Yep.
And That's about it. I've just played a filled in for Monolith at a show on the weekend, so
Nice.
I might maybe play some more shows with them, but I'm pretty
Awesome.
tired. Yeah,
How are they doing these days?
good. They're ready to ramp up. They're
Fuck yeah.
finally finishing up an album,
Yep.
and they wanna hit the road, which
Nice.
will be cool. It's pretty heavy stuff.
I guess the other thing, Tim, I feel like we already, Clint and I were talking animals before,
What animals you got?
I got a couple of cats and a couple of dogs and a yabby.
Hey, what? A yabby?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
So is a yabby, you're just in a fish tank or?
yeah.
Wow.
Yes. What about you?
I've got one German Shepherd
Beautiful.
and 6 human animals.
Yep. Nice. Big
Yeah,
family.
what kind of yeah, massive. What kind of dogs you got?
I've got a Schnauzer. His name's Arnold Schnauzernegger, little Arnie.
Great.
And the bald one that came across before is Tesla. He's a border collie crossed with a Chinese crested hairless. Tesla,
That's
come here.
a Chinese what?
Chinese crested. So see, all he's got is a mohawk. Tesla, look.
Wow.
Look.
But you said cross with the border collie?
Yeah, his mum was a border collie.
That's very interesting.
It's fucking weird, but he's awesome. How old's the German Shepherd?
He's only 2, so he's a piece of shit. He actually ate my daughter's prescription glasses tonight.
Yet. Okay.
So not happy with him at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, but you know, they're puppies. What can you do?
What's his name?
Klaus.
Klaus. Oh, that's fantastic. That's a good name. That's a great name.
Yeah, had to give him a German name.
Yeah, but I feel like I have to ask you because all your posts are your dogs and lots of cute critters. Do you work at a sanctuary?
I do. I'm a part-time zookeeper at the Ballarat Wildlife Park. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just work there on the weekend.
Yep.
It's good.
Awesome.
Look after wombats and koalas, quokka, tree kangaroo.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous. I feel like you need to set up like an Aussie metal and Aussie critters calendar or something. If you're ever looking to raise funds for something or
yeah.
I think
the
that
thing
would be
is,
fantastic.
there's so many tough metalheads out there, and they've all got their little cat, and they just love their cat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. It'll give you a good balance of brutal and cute.
It does. It keeps me busy, but it also levels me out.
Nice. So in terms of the new stuff, the EP Remote Death has been released independently, and the 3 out of the 4 tracks that I've been able to hear so far are unsurprisingly fucking killer. What can you guys tell us about the release and the creative process behind it?
So it's actually released today, the 9th of July.
Oops.
So, all good.
I forgot what fucking day it was.
Yeah, no, all good.
Remember that we postponed this for a week, so...
Yeah. You know
when
what?
I planned this, it wasn't out yet.
I actually forgot as well, and then Tim posted about it this morning. I'm like, oh shit, today is the day.
I'll be listening to it tomorrow then.
The fourth track is released.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't even remember your question, but
tell us whatever you want about the EP. I guess just the EP itself, the creative process, whatever you want, really.
Tim, you go first.
I'd say for most of the creative process, Marcus and Dave generally get together, our 2 guitarists, and just write riffs and come up with a bit of a blank canvas for us all. They send it over to us, and I'll generally chuck it on the computer and go through a few different beats and things like that, and we all sort of do our little bits. We send it across via email, but it's so when we get to a jam, we've got like the bones there.
Yeah.
And then then it's all tweaked from there. So generally,
like Clint was saying earlier, you guys are quite spread out across Victoria.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's probably 3 hours at least between us all. So
yeah,
it's good that we all do our homework and then get into the room and someone will say, no, that's rubbish. That's you got to do something different or and even Clint will come into a rehearsal because it's a nearly 2 hour drive to rehearse for me and Clint.
Yeah.
So we do our homework, I think, when then we all go in and fine tune it and tweak things and that's probably how they're all written, isn't it, Clint?
Yeah. Well, I guess, like we've all, as you were saying before, we're all seasoned musicians. So you basically, we know what we want. And, we're all big boys and we can all basically, say, something shit or something doesn't work or whatever like that. And, most of us don't really take offense to anything. So, which is it's good, I think. But like a lot of the stuff, especially a couple of the songs that they're on the new EP, they're much older. The one that was released today that we didn't release beforehand, that's actually like a part of a Join the Amish song that we've changed a little bit. So, which is kind of cool. But so Manufactured Demise and Trapped, they're all basically within a year old, and that's basically more the way that we're going now, music wise.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, judging by the riffs, like we're already starting to work on some more songs, and that's sort of the direction that I think it's going to continue on in is probably more those two songs on that EP.
Yeah.
And Black Wind, the song like Black Wind off our first EP, I think we all really enjoy that one and like the sound of it and the structure of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else is in store for you guys? What's next? What sort of gigs have you got going on? Have you got any plans to do full length release, that sort of stuff?
So we've got our next shows. We've got a show on August the 23rd, I think, in Melbourne. It's basically like a pre-Drencher Festival show with a band. It's basically a melodic death metal night.
Yeah.
So that's at the Gasso, and then Drencher Festival in Geelong, which is August 20. I'm gonna say 4th, but I can't even really remember.
It's your show, Clint. You should know.
Yeah, I know. So 10 Australian bands, which is really going to be cool.
Yeah.
And then we're supporting Harakiri for the Sky.
Yeah.
So Austrian band, we're playing at the Corner Hotel, which would be cool. I've never played there, so that would be really cool. And then a couple in the works at the moment, but haven't been finalized yet. And then album-wise, so we're basically looking at doing an album next.
Awesome.
And we're in the process of writing at the moment. I think we've definitely got the groundwork done for the first 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah, I think there's like bones for 4 or 5 at the moment.
Yeah.
Throwing around. Whether we keep them or not, I'm not sure, but the ideas are flowing. Yeah.
Nice. That's fantastic news. I think look, I might be a little bit greedy, but like since I saw you guys play with Exhumed last year, I was just like, no, I need all of the munitions. Give me everything. Give me more. So when I heard that it was another EP, I was like, I'm really excited, but also, please more.
Yeah.
All right. I'll ask you, like, what do you prefer, an EP or an album? Like, EP can get out quicker and stuff.
I guess that's the what you can weigh up, right? If we get more in the long run through EPs, perfect. I just want more.
We've had this discussion internally as to whether or not we should just keep releasing EPs, but then you feel like you're not a real band unless you've released an album. We're not sure if anyone's got the attention span for 8 or 9 tracks, or whether you're better off release them. So that's a discussion we're having internally. I think it'll probably be an album next.
I mean, you've got a fair point, because I think one thing I keep seeing a lot of places, like all the media outlets, all the reviewers, one thing I keep seeing people complain about is albums that are too long. And every time I see someone complain about an album being too long, I'm just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
These musicians are giving you their heart and soul. They're giving you the music that they want to give you. And if it's too long for you, just don't listen to the whole album in one sitting. Like, fuck off.
Exactly.
If they want to give us more, give us more, you know?
When I was growing up, there was never an album that was long enough. It could have been a 19-track album, like Rancid, Out Come the Wolves, and I wanted 21 tracks. And now everyone's like, oh, it's too many. I only want 3. So
I don't understand like that mentality at all. But with that, you're right. Maybe EPs are the way to go. But I don't know.
It also depends on how fast we can get it done too. Like, sometimes it depends. You can write 10 songs in 5 days, and then other times you're in this stalemate, and you're not writing any riffs, so you can't think of anything cool, and it takes forever, and you're like, oh, we've really got to get something out. And the recording process takes a long time too, so you got to try and stay as current as you can be for whoever listens to your EP that you put out. It's hard getting people to listen to your death metal release.
But I guess, so because you guys are doing this all yourselves, where are you actually doing your recording and all that sort of stuff?
We've recorded both of our EPs at Danger Tone Studios in Reservoir with Luke Walton. So Luke is the old, he's guitarist of Blunt Shovel, and he was also in Blood Duster, and so he's just a all-round top bloke and he's good at what he does.
Nice.
And that's where we rehearse there too. It's a studio, so like my drum kit lives there in a locker, so it's just convenient for everyone. Yeah.
Awesome. So again, I mentioned before, like, this is usually pretty short and sweet, but is there anything else that you guys wanted to add or talk about before we do finish up? And where can people kind of, listen, show their support, do all that sort of stuff?
Basically, I guess, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, standard, and then, Spotify and all the streaming services. Yeah, as I said, the EP was released today on all streaming services, so go for gold. There's only one Munitions on Encyclopedia Metallum, so it's not that hard to find us. And yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. Timbo?
What have we got? We're planning to get some physical copies of both of them out.
Yep.
Did a run of just sort of like soft sleeve CDs for the first one, but because we've now got 2 EPs that are both pretty short, they're about 25 minutes per EP. We're looking to do a double-sided vinyl, so we can have a EP on each side, which will be
awesome.
Nice and convenient. We don't have to buy one, so that's in the works, Clint. I think we just got to join the queue for that.
Yep.
Are we going to do a launch show, or I think we're probably too lazy and haven't organised anything like that.
Is that what Drencher Fest is?
Yeah, I get. Let's just put it on the back of Drencher. Yeah. Basically.
Other than that, we don't really have we haven't got a whole lot happening later this year in terms of playing live. Like, we've got a few shows which are they're pretty good shows. But yeah, hopefully it can just be a good time for us to write.
Nice.
So we can get another one out there, but also too, coming into summer, I'm sure we'll play some more shows.
Yeah. Was there anything else, Clint, that you did want to add about Drencher Fest? Like, how long has it been running for? How'd you get involved? How did it come about?
right. I'm sorry, Tim. I'll just take over for a second.
Well, we've got just a little bit more time, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, Drencher's been running. Was meant to start at the end of COVID. So this was meant to be the 4th year, but it's probably ran 3 years now.
Yeah.
It's basically because, you know, I live near Geelong, and Geelong has like a massive rock scene, but they don't really have. We've got a metal scene, but I was just kind of sick of just only rock bands playing in Geelong all the time. So me and a couple of mates, Luke and Dan from God Awful, who does all basically the artworks for any metal bands coming out. We run we've run Drencher for the last 3 years, and
awesome.
This year's the first kind of year that we've had 3 interstate bands, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
And just want to keep growing and, you know, get people down from Melbourne and stuff to Geelong. Like, it's only an hour. It's really not that bad. And we just, want to keep pushing it, and we're playing. So fucking calm.
Exactly. No, I think that's great.
Have you got any form of breakdown on that, Clint? Like, it's been a good crowd for 3 years.
It
is
has.
it all Geelong people, or are people coming from Melbourne down?
No, there is people coming from Melbourne as well.
You got unlucky last year. It was the same night as Melbourne Angel.
Yeah, which sucks. And and as you were saying before, so Skeletal were playing the exact same night.
When I saw Drencher announced, when I'd already had tickets for that, I was like, "Fuck!" But
thankfully, and sorry, Anthony, but that was canned. Yeah.
But now, I'll probably make the trek down. But for those tuning in, as always, when I share out the episode on social media, Munitions, Clint and Tim will all be tagged in the post so that you can be linked right across to their pages. So go give them a follow, listen to the new EP, and of course, if you're in Vic, or even if you're just somewhere in Australia and you want to come for a road trip, come down for Drencher Fest.
Do it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, let's catch up. Bye.